Philip Dunne. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I rise to speak in support of this bill and against the amendments, however nobly and well-intentioned they have been, nobly argued and well-intentioned. But I share the views of I'll refer the member for Northampton North and for Harrow East, that this has been a long time in the making, and further prevarication will simply mean that the objective of establishing a memorial gets pushed out further and further, and that is not a good reflection on this government's determination to see this come about. I speak as a Commissioner of the Commonwealth War Graves Commission and was very pleased we had the opportunity to have a debate in government time during War Graves Week last week. And the Commission, as was made clear by members right across the House throughout every contribution, does a magnificent job in maintaining memorials to the fallen in many countries around the world, many of which are of very substantial structure and were built in the immediate aftermath of the First World War primarily, some following the Second World War. And the time it took to construct, I think I'm right in saying, each of those memorials was less than the time it has taken us to get this memorial legislation through this House. And I think that is, frankly, shocking and something that we need to put right as a result of this bill. I visited many of the Commonwealth War Graves memorials, and I have also visited, like other members have said, some of the Holocaust memorials, particularly notably in Berlin. And so I'm aware of the pressure of visitor numbers from people who live in major cities where the Holocaust is commemorated, where memorials to the fallen are commemorated, and from visitors. They become a significant tourist attraction for people who wish to pay their respects and recognise the suffering, the sacrifices that have been made. So I do understand the pressure that this will place at the heart of our city, adjacent to this building in Parliament. But it is right that any memorial, in my view, should be in a prominent location where it is easy to access, which is at the heart of the nation, in order for it to have the kind of impact that we wish to see. I'm going to stray, if you'll allow me, Mr. Chairman, just a little bit off the immediate point of the amendments, but very briefly, to read, if I may, from an article that I wrote 9.5 years ago, in January 2015, in the week after the then Prime Minister David Cameron, with cross-party support, accepted the recommendations from the Holocaust Commission to build a national memorial with a world-class learning centre and an endowment fund to secure Holocaust education forever. And I wrote then, which I think remains valid today, and the reason why I'm taking the stance that I am, is that each year many members of this House across all parties sign the Holocaust Educational Trust's Book of Commitment to mark International Holocaust Memorial Day. The book honours those who died during the Holocaust, as well as those extraordinary survivors, of whom there are very few left today, who have devoted their lives since their experiences through the Holocaust to educate younger generations about what they endured. This year, Holocaust Memorial Day took place on the 79th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz-Birkenau. And as the deadliest concentration camp under the Third Reich, the name Auschwitz is synonymous with the Holocaust. 1 in 6 Jews who died were killed at the camp, approximately 1 million people. But even for those who survived, the scars of their incarceration, both physical and mental, would remain for the rest of their lives. Few who did survive are still with us, but their stories are as important now as ever. A few years ago, I visited Auschwitz with students from Bridgnorth in my constituency, and it is an experience that will remain with me for the rest of my life. The site is a haunting remnant of a regime's attempt to wipe an entire people from the face of the earth. The sheer number of those who lost their lives in concentration camps across Europe is almost incomprehensible. But the large piles of personal effects, like spectacles or shoes, taken from those walking to their deaths, really brought home to me just how many were killed. The collection of children's toys was particularly heartrending. That man is capable of such inhumanity, based on an adherence to a doctrine of hate, is a chilling thought. But to shy away from retelling one of the darkest periods of human history would be an injustice to those who lost their lives. Instead, it is essential that we continue to educate the next generation so they are aware of what happened under the Nazi regime and develop a more tolerant society, free from racism, prejudice and bigotry. The need for such a memorial in the UK is no greater now as we see increased reports of anti-Semitism for reasons that we can all understand. I'm afraid I won't allow, because I've extended the patience of Mr. Deputy Chairman. I would just like to conclude by reminding, not Mr. Deputy Chairman, Mr. Chairman, we're all getting very confused by having had advice from your predecessor in the chair, Mr. Chairman. It's thrown us all slightly off course. We have to stop prevaricating and get on with construction. I support this bill and will not support amendments to it.